The boys are back in action this weekend with a trip to St Johnstone. In today's video, we will of course go over the build-up to that match, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. This includes the transfer exodus that we are in for come the summer transfer window, but first make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic are preparing for a reshuffle at left-back this summer, with Kieran Tierney already confirmed to return to the club and Jeffrey Schlupp now looking increasingly likely to be offered a permanent deal. That's according to Sun Sport. Greg Taylor, who has been a regular in the side over recent seasons, is edging closer to the exit door. The Scotland international has reportedly received a lucrative offer from Croatian champions Dinamo Zagreb, and Brendan Rodgers admitted over the weekend that the 27-year-old is unlikely to remain at Parkhead beyond this season. Rodgers had hoped to keep Taylor within his plans, but with Tierney's arrival and growing international interest in the defender, that prospect has diminished. Clubs from across Europe have reportedly expressed interest in Taylor, whose contract status and consistency have made him an attractive option. In the meantime, Jeffrey Schlupp's stock continues to rise. The Crystal Palace loanee has been a dependable presence since joining in January, offering both defensive solidity and attacking energy from the left-hand side. The Ghana international's versatility and Premier League experience have made him a strong candidate to remain part of the squad, especially with Tierney expected to be carefully managed due to his injury history. With his contract up at Palace in the summer, it does make signing him permanently a lot easier. Rodgers hinted that the club would consider making Schlupp's stay permanent, noting the player's quality and character. With Taylor likely to move on and Tierney requiring backup of a high standard, Celtic are now poised to act on Schlupp's situation, with discussions expected to take place in the coming weeks. Now for the main story, as Celtic are preparing to move on from two of their fringe players this summer, with Luis Palma and Gustaf Lagerbielke both wanted to depart permanently once their loan spells conclude. The duo were both signed during Brendan Rodgers' first summer at the club, but failed to make a long-term impact. Palmer, currently at Olympiacos, joined the Greek side in January and has made a decent impression since arriving. Olympiacos hold a £3.3 million purchase option in the loan agreement, giving them the opportunity to secure the Honduran winger on a full-time basis ahead of next season. Celtic will likely be keen to recoup as much of their initial investment as possible, and this clause could facilitate a straightforward exit. Over in the Netherlands, Lagerbielke has found form with FC Twente after struggling for consistent minutes at Celtic Park. The Swedish defender has picked up several Team of the Week nominations and has impressed alongside gaining valuable European experience. Twente have been pleased with his contribution, and a permanent deal has been mooted, although other suitors could also emerge if his strong form continues. Both players arrived with promise but have struggled to secure regular places in Brendan Rodgers' plans. With a summer refresh on the cards and Celtic keen to add more top-end quality for another tilt at European competition, offloading the pair would help create space in the squad and free up funds for reinvestment. In some other news, Celtic are casting a keen eye over the Belgian Pro League as they continue preparations for a pivotal summer transfer window, with several names on their radar. We previously reported that the club had sent scouts to watch Royal Antwerp winger Michel-Ange Balikwisha, a player valued at around £5 million. But it's clear the recruitment department's interest in Belgium doesn't stop there. Two standout performers from Union Saint-Gilloise, Noah Sadiki and Franjo Ivanovic, are also attracting attention from across Europe, including Parkhead. Sadiki, a 20-year-old defensive midfielder, has already been the subject of serious interest. Lyon attempted to land him on a loan-to-buy deal worth £5 million last summer, but USG rejected it, believing they can command a higher fee. His profile fits the bill for what Celtic are looking to add, quality with high potential. Meanwhile, striker Franjo Ivanovic has been one of the revelations of the Belgian season. Signed last summer, the Croatian has racked up 17 goals in all competitions, 4 of which came in the Europa League. He has a further 5 to his name at Rijeka before he made the summer switch. However, Ivanovic is closely linked with Brighton, who share a partnership with Union SG, making them the favourites should a move materialise. Belgium's top flight appears to be one of the markets under extensive scouting from Celtic. It will be interesting to see what happens when the summer transfer window opens. In other news, Celtic's midfield is shaping up to remain strong heading into next season, but Brendan Rodgers is still eyeing key reinforcements as he looks to refine his squad for another domestic tilt and a more robust European campaign. The suggestion that Reo Hatate could be sold this summer is growing stronger. There have been a few murmurings for a couple of transfer windows now, and it's the same heading into this summer. There's no doubting his quality. When he's on his game, he's the best midfielder at the club. But he'll be looking for a move to a top 5 league, as Kyogo was. So Celtic might look to cash in while his value remains high. With admirers across Europe, Celtic may decide to strike if the right offer comes in. Scott Burns of the Daily Record has said that Reo Hatate will probably leave the Hoops this summer. Still, any potential sale won't dictate Celtic's activity in the market. The club intends to add at least one new midfielder regardless of Hatate's future. The goal is to enhance depth and inject further quality that fits Rodgers' vision. A midfield that can dominate domestically, but also hold its own against Europe's elite. With moves already made behind the scenes, including a failed late bid for Georgi Kocharashvili and ongoing interest in Motherwell's Lennon Miller, Celtic's midfield recruitment drive is well underway and won't slow down anytime soon. And lastly, Neil Lennon has chalked up his first win as Dunfermline Athletic manager with a crucial 1-0 victory over Livingston at East End Park, easing early pressure and lifting the Pars out of the relegation playoff spot. The former Celtic boss endured a bruising return to Scottish football last weekend as his side were soundly beaten 3-0 by promotion-chasing Ayr United, a match made worse by Victor Wanyama's red card on his debut. But Wednesday night offered a much-needed response and a familiar name delivered the goods. UNO2, a former Celtic youth prospect, struck just before the break with what proved to be the only goal of the game. The goal handed Lennon his first 3 points since returning to management and gave Dunfermline a vital boost in their survival battle. It was a well-taken goal. Livingston, on the back of their dominant Challenge Cup final win, looked well below the standards they set at the weekend. After the match, Livy boss David Martindale was brutal in his assessment, once again conceding the championship title to Falkirk. With the Bairns holding a commanding lead and a game in hand, the focus now for Martindale's men appears to be ensuring momentum heading into the promotion playoffs. For Lennon, it's a solid platform to build on. A first home win, a clean sheet, and the end of a difficult week. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comments section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you